this is Michelle Prince, best-selling author, speaker, and publisher, and we're talking about authenticity and how to shine through your story. And why is that even important? Well, authenticity is just, when we have the freedom to be who we are. And here's the thing, you are who you are. You can't change it, so you might as well embrace it. And when you do, and when you get authentic with yourself, and then share your story authentically, that is how you make a difference in other people's lives. So that's what I'm going to share a little bit of information on how to do that, how to shine through your story. But just know this, to be authentic, it's a little vulnerable, right? Sometimes we have parts of our story we don't want to share, other times we don't think people care, but just be bold and know that you have something within you. You were created for greatness. So get out there, be bold, be authentic, and share that story. And just let people see who you really are. And I promise they will get more from that part of you than anything when you're real with other people and real with your story. So let me walk you through. I'm actually working on a book right now called Shine Through Your Story, and I have an acronym for the word shine that I want to walk you through, so to help inspire you and hopefully give you some ideas of how you may be able to shine through your own story. But first of all, let's talk about S. S stands for you have to sow your seeds of greatness. Now, where this comes from, my all-time favorite quote by Zig Ziglar is, "Man was designed for accomplishment, engineered for success, and endowed with the seeds of greatness." And I love that quote because for me, the first time I heard it, by the way, I was 18 years old. But for me, what that really means is no matter who you are, no matter what you've been through, you have seeds of greatness. There's something within you that is so unique and so great and so authentic that you have something to share. But first you have to figure out, well, what are those seeds of greatness? And then once you know you have something within you that is powerful and unique, then you have to get them out there. You have to sow them. You have to share those seeds of greatness. So that's the first thing. Sow your seeds of greatness. H in SHINE stands for hone in on your story. Really think about, what is your story? Now, I happen to be a publisher. I write books. I help people write books, but you don't have to write a book to share your story. Because you have a story, and every story matters. You may be able to share it over coffee, one-on-one with a friend, but you have to know, what is your story? What is it that you could share with someone else to motivate them, inspire them, encourage them? Well, really your story is a combination of two things. It's your passion. What is it that lights you up? What is it that excites you? You were born with those. Those seeds of greatness, those passions are kind of part of your DNA. So figuring out what you enjoy doing is very closely tied to your purpose, and which of course is tied to your story. But the other piece of it is experience. What have you been through in life? Good or bad. Maybe you have experience as being a mom or a business owner, or maybe you have experience, in areas that you didn't really want to experience, maybe divorce, bankruptcy, things that weren't fun, but it is part of your experience, which means it's part of your story. But it's the combination of those passions and experiences that really let you know your story, finding that intersection. So hone in on it, think about it, spend some time really identifying, well, what if I had an opportunity to share my story with someone? What would I tell them? What would I share to make their lives a little bit better in personal or professional side of life? All right, let's move on to I, because I stands for identify what's holding you back. Now, here's the thing. Through all the coaching that I've done through the years, I've seen a lot of this. People have a passion to help people. They want to make a difference. Many people who want to write a book, they even know what they would write about. So knowing is not the problem. It's something else that's holding them back. And for many of us, that's fear. It's fear of lots of different things, but it could be fear of, well, what if I do this and nobody likes it, right? Fear of failure. Or what if I put myself out there? What will people think? I know that to be true because for myself, I used to say the same things. Before I wrote my first book, I'd say, who do I think I am? I'm no Zig Ziglar. The truth is, everyone has a story, and your story will resonate with someone differently than somebody else. But going back to what's holding you back. So fear of what people think, fear of it not being good enough, but also sometimes there's a fear of success. What if I do this and it takes off? What then? Identifying really what it is at the core that's holding you back. It could also be procrastination. A lot of us have dreams and desires and goals, but yet we still don't do it. It's amazing when I think about myself and I think about other people I know, there's no problem getting things done that don't matter. meaning getting on Facebook or, chatting with people on random things or sending text messages or checking emails. Somehow all of that gets done, but our biggest dreams and goals, the ones that we say we want to do more than anything, those are the ones that end up on the back burner. So identify what's holding you back. If you really have a dream or a goal, figure it out of how you can overcome it. Procrastination is not something that it's not a condition that you're stuck with the rest of your life. You can get past it, but only you can do that. And you have to have the passion behind it. So hone in on your story, figure out what you would want to share with someone, and then get over whatever's holding you back, because truthfully, life is way too short to hold on to the gifts that have been given to you. Gifts are meant to be shared. All right, let's move on to N, because N stands for you need to document your story. Now, of course, as a publisher, I'm going to tell you to write down your story, but this goes way beyond just a book. What I mean by document is all of these ideas, these things that are going around in your head, the passions that you have, the things that are super, super important to you. For most of us, we keep those inside. Whether it be your spirituality, whether it be your passions, things that, your goals. Do you share them with people? Chances are good, even people in your own home don't even know your truest desires. So write them down. Write them in a journal. Get down, maybe type them up in a Word document. Share them with the people that matter. But I will tell you this, when you do document it and put it in a book, that's when you go from just sharing and impacting a couple people to thousands and maybe millions of people, because a book is something that can be easily distributed, and it's just a great way to get your story out there. But you have to write it down. Now, I'll have to share this one example why I'm very convinced. Think about this. Now, I am a Christian, and so I have no problem sharing this. But when I think about what would have happened if the apostles had all those amazing experiences with Jesus and they never wrote them down, what would have happened? Well, I probably wouldn't know much about Christianity. You might not either. So my point is, it's because they documented it, they wrote them down, that all these years later, we have the benefit of knowing that story. So yours may not be at that same level. Mine certainly isn't either, but yours matters to someone. So document it, get it down, even in a journal. And finally, the E. The E stands for equip and encourage others. If you really want to shine, if you really want to be all that you were created to be, then you have to share what you have, right? Shining, illuminate, reflect what is within you. That's what shining means. But when you do that, you're encouraging others and you're equipping others to be their best selves. So hopefully, this video is encouraging you and hopefully equipping you to see that, you have something to share. You just have to have the courage to do it and get it out there and be committed to doing something so that you can make a difference. Several years ago, I put together a book series called Dare to be a Difference Maker. And it's something that's very, very close to my heart, because what it is, it's a collection of stories of people from all walks of life who are people just like you and me, but they have an incredible story of hope or inspiration or maybe overcoming something that they wanted to share with someone else just to make a difference. They're passionate about their story and they're sharing it. Anyway, I did this series. We had 8 volumes, and each volume had anywhere from 15 to 20 authors. So as you can imagine, the stories were unbelievable. In fact, this is our very last volume, volume 8 of Dare to be a Difference Maker. And I just love this because what it's doing is it's just allowing everyday people to share what they think is an everyday story. But I promise you, when you get it out there and in a book, it just lets other people get inspired. But more than anything, it gives people hope. Because somebody is likely going through something that you have gone through, and maybe you've overcome it, or maybe you're still in the process of overcoming it, but you're a few steps ahead of them. That gives people hope. So that's why I did that series. Now, we retired that a couple of years ago, so we're no longer doing Dare to be a Difference Maker, but I'm super excited to announce that we are doing a new series, and the series is called Illuminate. Difference makers shining through their story. Because I just know that when we get a hold of knowing that we were created to shine, and when we do it through our story, that's how we illuminate and that's how we make a difference. So if you have a story, we're looking for stories. We're looking for people that want to join in on this project, because my goal with this book is for somebody to pick it up and read your story and have hope and inspiration and courage to move forward with whatever may be holding them back. And so we're looking for authors. We only can take 15 authors in this book, and we already have half of the book filled, which is so exciting, but I don't want you to miss your opportunity. So if you're feeling called, if you're feeling like moved a little bit, like, maybe I do have something to share, I really encourage you to join us in this. It's only writing a chapter, which is 2,000 to 3,000 words, which is not much, I promise you. It's a journal entry or two. It really is that simple. But anyway, all the information is at illuminatebook.com, or email me. Email me at support@michelleprince.com. We can get on the phone and figure out if your story would be a good fit for this. But I'll end with this. If you have a passion to help others, if you really feel called to serve others, the best way to serve people and help people is just be you, be authentic, and share your story. The good, the bad, the ugly, but share it for the reason of helping other people get to that next step. So I hope you join us, and I hope you illuminate too.